Hello everyone, and welcome to this in-depth movie review of one of 2026's biggest and most heartfelt cinematic achievements, Project Hail Mary. If you're a fan of smart, hopeful science fiction that combines brainy problem-solving with real emotional weight, this film is an absolute must-watch. Adapted from Andy Weir's best-selling novel, the movie takes everything that worked in The Martian and elevates it to new heights with stunning visuals, a powerhouse lead performance, and a story that sticks with you long after the credits roll. DD3DCC at I. Plot summary. The story centers on Ryland Grace, played by Dwayne Johnson. He awakens aboard a spaceship, with no memory of how he got there or why he's on this mission. As fragments of his past return, he realizes he's humanity's last hope in a desperate race against time to save Earth from an existential threat. What unfolds is a gripping tale of isolation, ingenuity, discovery, and unexpected connection across the stars. The film masterfully interweaves flashbacks to Earth with the present-day space mission, building tension while deepening our investment in Ryland's journey. This is not your typical loud, explosion-heavy blockbuster. Instead, it's a character-driven sci-fi adventure that celebrates human curiosity, resilience, and the power of scientific thinking. Standout performances. Dwayne Johnson delivers what could be the performance of his career. He brings his trademark charisma and physicality, but layers it with vulnerability, quiet intelligence, and moments of profound loneliness. Watching him portray a regular science teacher thrust into an impossible situation feels incredibly relatable. There are scenes where he's talking to himself in the vast emptiness of space that are both hilarious and heartbreaking. Johnson carries the film on his shoulders with charm and depth that will surprise even his biggest skeptics. The supporting cast, including Sophie Thatcher, adds emotional texture and helps ground the more fantastical elements. The chemistry, even across species barriers, feels authentic and earned. Direction, visuals, and technical mastery. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller prove once again why they're among the most exciting directors working today. They infuse the film with creative energy while respecting the hard sci-fi tone. The spaceship interiors feel lived in and claustrophobic when they need to, while the exterior space sequences are breathtakingly beautiful. The design of the alien elements is creative, unsettling, and wondrous all at once, never resorting to cheap horror tropes. The practical and CGI effects blend seamlessly. You genuinely feel the weight of space travel, the isolation, and the awe of discovery. Hans Zimmer-level scoring swells at the perfect moments, amplifying both the tension during problem-solving sequences and the wonder of cosmic exploration. Themes and emotional impact. At its core, Project Hail Mary is about hope in the face of despair. It explores isolation and the human need for connection, the ethics of sacrifice, and the idea that one determined person, armed with science and willpower, can change everything. The film avoids cynicism, choosing instead to celebrate human ingenuity and kindness. In 2026's often dark cinematic landscape, this optimistic tone feels refreshing and necessary. Many audience members have shared stories of leaving the theater inspired, emotional, and eager to rewatch. It's the kind of movie that sparks conversations about real science, space exploration, and what we owe to future generations. Pacing and minor drawbacks. The film takes its time in the first act to establish the rules of its world in Ryland's amnesia. This deliberate pacing pays off richly later, but might test the patience of viewers expecting non-stop action. Some of the scientific explanations, while fascinating, can feel a bit lecture-like on first viewing. However, they are essential to the story's credibility and ultimately rewarding. At just over 2 hours, the runtime feels justified. There are very few moments that drag, and the climax delivers an emotionally satisfying payoff. Final verdict and recommendation. Project Hail Mary is a triumphant success. Smart, entertaining, visually spectacular, and deeply moving. It earns its place among the best movies of 2026 so far and proves that big-budget sci-fi can still be intelligent and hopeful. Whether you're a hardcore sci-fi fan, a Dwayne Johnson supporter, or just someone looking for an inspiring theatrical experience, this film delivers on every level. Strongest recommendation. See it in IMAX or the biggest screen possible for maximum immersion. It's a movie that benefits from the communal theater experience but will also hold up beautifully. On rewatch at home, if you enjoyed The Martian, Arrival, or Interstellar, put this at the top of your list immediately. 9.2 out of 10. A near masterpiece of optimistic science fiction.